Recognizing when a woman is secretly crushing on you, 10 hidden signals to watch for. Did you know that studies show over 60% of people never confess their crushes, choosing instead to drop subtle signals? They hope the other person will notice. That means you could be missing clear signs that someone is secretly into you without even realizing it. If you've ever found yourself wondering, is she into me or just being nice? You're not alone. The truth is, women often communicate attraction in ways that aren't always obvious, but once you know what to look for, the signs become crystal clear. Today we're decoding the hidden signals women send when they have a secret crush, so you'll never have to second guess again. Welcome to Infinite Wisdom, your go-to channel for real, relatable advice on navigating the complexities of love and relationships. Once she finds meaningful excuses to reconnect or resume a paused conversation. Ever noticed that some people just always seem to find a reason to reach out? If a woman has a crush on you, she won't let conversations simply die out. She'll find little ways to restart them, even if it's under the guise of something casual. Maybe she texts you out of the blue with, "Hey, I just saw something that reminded me of what we were talking about last week." Or she brings up an old inside joke just to get a response. This isn't random. People naturally seek connection with those they're interested in. A study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that when someone is emotionally invested, they tend to initiate conversations more frequently, even with seemingly insignificant topics. The key here is meaningful excuses. If she remembers a small detail from a past chat or brings up something you thought was long forgotten, she's making a conscious effort to stay connected. Now, if this happens once, it might just be friendly, but if she consistently finds reasons to circle back to old conversations or check in with you, that's a sign she values your interactions more than just casual chit-chat. 2, she displays a distinct shift in energy level, specifically when you're around one of the most obvious but often overlooked signs of attraction. A sudden change in energy. The moment you enter the room, have you ever walked into a space and notice that someone who seemed calm or neutral a moment ago is suddenly more animated, talkative, or engaged? That's not a coincidence. It's a subconscious reaction to someone they're attracted to. Psychologists call this the presence effect. When we like someone, our brain releases dopamine, the feel-good hormone, causing an increase in energy and alertness. A 2018 study from Frontiers in Psychology found that people display heightened enthusiasm and responsiveness in the presence of someone they're romantically interested in. This shift can be subtle or obvious. Maybe she was quietly scrolling through her phone, but when you arrive, she suddenly sits up straighter, starts laughing more, or becomes visibly more engaged in the conversation. Alternatively, if she's normally high energy, she might become a little nervous or flustered around you, which is just as telling. Bottom line, if her mood noticeably shifts specifically because of your presence, it's a strong sign she feels something. 3, she actively seeks common ground in unusual or niche interests. You've mentioned, we all know the usual, "Oh, you like music, me too." Conversations. But when a woman is secretly into you, she won't just claim to like generic interests. You'll notice her developing an interest in something specific that you've casually mentioned. Let's say you're into a lesser-known sci-fi book series or a certain type of fitness training. A week later, she suddenly brings it up, like she's been researching it, or maybe you mentioned a particular food you love. And the next time you talk, she says, "I actually tried that dish the other day. It's surprisingly good." This isn't just small talk, it's human psychology. A 2020 study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people instinctively mirror the behaviors and interests of those they're drawn to as a way to create a sense of familiarity and connection. It's her way of aligning with your world, because, let's be honest, most people don't suddenly develop a curiosity for obscure hobbies unless there's someone special making them interested. 4, she slips into deeper, more revealing questions. At unexpected moments, most people keep things on the surface, especially in casual conversations. But when a woman is interested in you, she'll want to know more than just the basics. You'll notice her asking deeper, more revealing questions at moments you least expect. For example, your mid-con conversation about weekend plans, when she suddenly asks, well, what's something you've never told anyone before? Or maybe she throws in a reflective question like, what do you think your younger self would say about where you are now? This shift into deeper topics is her way of establishing a stronger emotional connection. Research from the Harvard Business Review suggests that meaningful, emotionally charged conversations accelerate bonding and attraction. That's because vulnerability fosters intimacy, and people don't seek that level of connection with just anyone. So if she's subtly steering the conversation towards your aspirations, childhood memories, or personal philosophies, it's not just small talk, it's her way of peeling back the layers and getting to know you beyond the surface. 5, she invests in small, personalized gestures like recalling an offhand comment you made. Let's be real, most people forget half of what was said in a conversation. But when someone genuinely likes you, they remember details that even you might have forgotten. Mentioning maybe a few weeks ago, you casually said, I love dark chocolate, but I can never find the really good kind. And then one day, she hands you a bar of premium dark chocolate saying, I saw this and thought of you. This kind of attention to detail is a powerful sign, according to psychology. Today our brains are wired to prioritize information about people we have an emotional connection with. This means when a woman goes out of her way to recall and act on the little things you've said, it's because you're genuinely on her mind. It's not about grand romantic gestures. It's about those thoughtful, highly specific acts that show she listens, she cares, and she wants to make you feel seen. And that right there is one of the strongest indicators of attraction. She humorously teases you about traits she seems to admire. Playful teasing is one of the most underrated flirting techniques, and if she's doing it, she's probably into you. It's her way of drawing attention to the traits she secretly admires without making it obvious. Maybe you're always on time and she jokingly calls you Mr. Always Punctual with a smirk, or you tend to overanalyze things, and she playfully rolls her eyes, saying, there he goes again, overthinking everything. But the key, there's warmth behind it. It's never meant to put you down. It's meant to highlight something she likes about you in a fun, flirty way. Psychologists refer to this as affiliative teasing, a form of playful interaction that builds connection. In fact, research from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships shows that teasing, when done with affection, increases closeness and attraction. So if she's lightly roasting you, but only about things that make you unique, chances are she's got a soft spot for you. 7, she adjusts her social plans based on your possible availability. Here's something subtle but very telling. If she's altering her plans even slightly to match your availability, it's not a coincidence. Maybe you mention in passing that you're going to a particular event, and she suddenly says, oh, I was thinking of going to that too. Or perhaps she casually asks, what are you up to this weekend? But instead of just making small talk, she adjusts her plans based on your answer. This is a classic sign of subconscious attraction. People naturally prioritize time with those they're interested in, even if they try to play it cool. A 2019 study published in Psychological Science found that when someone is romantically interested, they unconsciously adjust their behavior to increase proximity and shared experiences. If you start noticing a pattern where she's subtly aligning her schedule with yours, take the hint she's making an effort to be where you are. 8, she shares subtle updates or milestones in her day without being prompted. Think about the people you instinctively update about your life. They're usually the ones who matter to you. If she's randomly telling you about her day, even the small stuff, she wants you to be part of her world. Maybe she texts, just finished my presentation, it went great. Or she casually mentions, "My morning was a disaster. Remind me never to schedule meetings before 8 a.m. again." She doesn't need to tell you these things, but she wants to, according to research from the Gottman Institute. Sharing daily experiences, no matter how mundane, is a form of emotional investment. It's how people build deeper connections and create a sense of shared intimacy. The takeaway, if she's voluntarily keeping you in the loop about her life, it's not just idle chatter, it's her way of pulling you closer. One small update at a time. 9. She notices slight changes in your mood before you voice them. This one is huge. If she picks up on your emotions before you even say a word, it means she's paying close attention. Maybe you walk into a room a little quieter than usual, and she immediately asks, "You okay? You seem a little off today." Or you're texting, and she suddenly says, "Something feels different, what's up?" These aren't just polite questions, they're signs of emotional attunement. People don't notice these subtle shifts unless they're really in tune with someone. Studies from the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior suggest that the ability to read micro-expressions and emotional cues is strongest in close or romantic relationships. So if she's always the first to check in when something's off, even when you haven't said a word, it's because she genuinely cares. That level of awareness doesn't come from casual interest. It comes from deep emotional connection. 10. She leans into collective nostalgia, referencing shared memories as if they're a private world. There's something special about having shared moments that feel just yours. If she keeps bringing up memories the two of you share, especially in a way that feels personal, it's a sign. She treasures those moments. Maybe she says, "Remember that time we got caught in the rain, classic us." Or she laughs and says, "I can't hear that song without thinking of that road trip we took." It's not just reminiscing, it's her way of reinforcing the connection between you two. Psychologists call this nostalgic reinforcement. A study from the University of Southampton found that shared memories strengthen emotional bonds and increase feelings of closeness. It's why inside jokes, past experiences, and remember, when moments feel so intimate, if she's constantly revisiting little moments that tie you two together, she's not just remembering them, she's reliving them. And that's a clear sign she sees you as someone special. If you've watched this, drop the word crush in the comments. So we know you're part of our real community. Now that you know the signs, the next step is paying closer attention in real life. Sometimes the biggest clues are the ones hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like it. It helps more people discover our content. Subscribe for daily relationship insights and share this with someone who might need a little help decoding hidden signals. We've handpicked the next video on your screen. Watch it. Now see you back here tomorrow.